Kansai Collective, man. We here in W Station. We about to turn up. First podcast. I hope y'all are tuned in, ready to go.
We are live. The echo is no more. Tuning in. First episode, Kansai Collective, coming to you live from Osaka, Japan. It is your boy Ace Questenberry here with my good man Zane. Zane, please introduce yourself to the crowd.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Kansai Collective, first episode.
Episode number 1, the debut.
How you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling good, man. We worked out a good bit of the technical difficulties. If you're watching us live right now, if you're just tuning in on YouTube or the podcast later, we have zero idea what we are doing. So we're just going to go through that in the beginning. It's a learning process. You guys will learn with us. But I'm feeling good, man. Got it set up. Mics are live. We're recording. How about yourself? How you feeling, man?
Yeah, I'm super good, man. We're about to put Osaka on the map, man. For people who don't know, Kansai is the west side of Japan. So a lot of people know about Tokyo,
Kyoto.
but they don't know about Osaka.
So what is Kansai, right? So we're Osaka, we're Kyoto,
Yes.
Nara, Kobe.
Oh.
We're all the fun parts of Japan. So if you're interested in Japan, you're watching this, maybe you got some plans to come visit. We are here to put you on to Kansai, which I think we both can agree, in our opinion, is the best place to be in Japan. And I don't think I'd be anywhere else, really, right?
Man, yeah. It's only a personal opinion, but I definitely love it here. There's some other good parts of Japan.
But this is the Kansai podcast, so we're not talking about them.
That's a fact.
So why did Zane? I gotta just to start it off. So
Okay.
as a quick summary, right? Kansai Collective, we're here to showcase you guys the people, the places, the businesses, the dopeness that we believe to be Kansai, right? So you've been in Japan how long?
For 5 years, man. 5 years strong.
Good amount of time. Why did you choose Kansai? Did you live somewhere else first, or did you just zuto? Always Kansai. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good question, man. So basically, Kansai found me, man.
Tell me more. Give me the story.
Yeah, it's a long story, but I just wanted to come to Japan. And basically, when I was looking to come to Japan, I really didn't care where I landed. But of course, you look on YouTube and watch people's blogs, right?
Some research, yeah.
You see Tokyo. That's all you see, feel me? But luckily, my boss, he was on the west side of Japan, Kansai. You feel me? And from there, I just loved it.
Were you always Osaka, or were you some of the different cities, or always Osaka?
No, I was actually in Hyogo Prefecture.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a more rural countryside area. It was a great experience, though. Still a part of the Kansai, you feel me?
But a bit more taken out there, a bit more rural, right?
Yeah. It was great. Like, if you are looking to learn about the Japanese culture, you're gonna get all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it was a great experience. But I'm a city boy, man. I like the city, and Osaka is where you get everything.
All of the above. Okay.
How about you, bro?
Myself, man, so I had the benefit of where when I was in uni, I did a little bit of some of my studies involved some things about Japan society and culture. And when I came here to Japan originally, I had a choice of places I want to be. And I think I looked at like a Tokyo subway map. And I was like, no, fuck that. No way, man. I couldn't do it. I mean, the subway was so overwhelming. But a big part of it, actually, I knew about the food culture here in Osaka. So one of the best parts, of course, is our food and cuisine that we feature here in the Kansai region. And that, to me, mixed with when looking at it on a map, you see how central Kansai is to the rest of Japan, right? So same distance out west to Kyushu, same amount of time to get out to Tokyo. So for me, I was like, yeah, let's check it out. Let's give Osaka a shot, man. And I think my first apartment was right next to Shinosaka, which is like our bigger train station here in Osaka. And oh man, I mean, just right in the middle of the city from the beginning. Now I got a nice little spot out in the suburbs. It's pretty relaxing. But yeah, from day one, man, I was always out in Osaka. So that was my intro to Japan, and just fell in love with it. Right? I mean, it's hard to leave once you get involved.
Wow, like yeah, for Asa, he explained it in a different way for me. You know, Kansai Osaka being like a hub where you can get to many different areas of Japan. I never looked at it like that. For me, the food is definitely great,
Oh, number one.
but the history, man, the history here is so deep. You feel me? Like a lot of people don't know, but only from the Edo period did Tokyo start flourishing.
Becoming the capital, yeah.
Exactly, you feel me? So the West Side has most of the culture. You know, Nara, which is a city next to Osaka, was the first capital of Japan. You know, and you know you have that, you have Nara, you have Kyoto. Man, before I came to Japan, I didn't know Kyoto, and that just is mind-boggling. You feel me? Because Tokyo, you know, it's a great place, guys. Don't get me wrong. People who live in Tokyo, respect, but
there's much more, right?
Yeah, there's just much more to experience on this side, especially if you're really into Japanese culture.
So as you can see by my man Zane's outfit here today, you can tell that my man loves Japanese culture. He is about the culture. So that's a big draw for you, right? I mean, Kansai is arguably the birth of Japanese culture in a lot of ways. That's where most of it began, whether it's the capitals, whether it's, you know, the religious ties to the temples and all of that. You know, that was Kansai, right? So in a sense, there's lots of different reasons you might end up in Kansai. There's lots of different pools. For me, it was the convenience, right? So how do we define Kansai? Kansai it's Osaka, where we're at right now. It's Kyoto, which is kind of the cultural center. You have Nara, more on the religious but also cultural side. It's a little bit smaller city. And then you have Kobe, which is, you know, one of the main original ports coming out of Japan.
Wow.
So those are the four big ones, but it also extends south down to Wakayama. You can say Fukui, a little bit north of here, and Shiga. Maybe not Fukui, but Shiga definitely would be Kansai, right? So it's a huge area of Japan we're talking about, guys. And for us, a big part of this podcast, this channel that we're making is Japan is a wonderful place to be, but for people outside of Japan, the image is very limited of what you know about Japan, right? I mean, you know Tokyo. If you're into winter sports, you know Hokkaido, right? Wow. If you're into beaches, maybe you know Okinawa. Not many people are up to date on Osaka, man, and it is one of the dopest places I have ever been in.
Yeah, man. I don't really know why. I've been living in Osaka for 3 years, and wow, I just keep learning more and more and more
every week, right?
Yeah,
every week. I forget. I was somewhere recently, and it's like, oh, I did a job in Osaka Park, like by the castle, Osaka Koen, right? Osaka Koen, and Osaka Castle is one of the big sightseeing attractions here in Kansai, right?
Right.
And the park is massive, and I've lived in this city almost 3 years, and I'm in this section of the park that I've never been in. And I've been in that park like, you know, more than 10 times, but it's like every month, every week, there's something new you can find here in Kansai. So one of the benefits of Japan.
Yeah, no, for me, like, I love the traditional side, right? You can go to a temple, tons of temples in Osaka, you feel me? But hey, right, I live a modern lifestyle, right? I wanna get my coconut oil, you feel me?
The modern pleasures, right? Modern pleasures. Okay, coconut oil.
I can get that, you feel me? And then there's just a lot of foreigners who come to Osaka and very interesting people, right? You just don't come to Osaka, you know, just like, hey, I'm coming. I want to go to Osaka. Nah, you know what I'm saying? So you definitely came here on like a mysterious
something
type of-
pulled you to Osaka. You didn't
Yeah.
choose Osaka. I can dig that. I like that. What I find interesting here in Osaka is like in Osaka, I think a big draw for me originally was when you're choosing, if you're coming to Japan the first time, you can go to Tokyo. That's great. Again, Tokyo is a wonderful place to go. Kanto is wonderful. But I find that a lot of people in Kanto end up in bubbles, right? Because there's such a large foreigner community.
Right.
Kanto, I mean, we're two foreigners here, right? So it's not that different. But you can totally get immersed in life in Tokyo that has nothing to do with Japan, right?
Yeah.
You know, you can find yourself, and I know families that their kids go to international. They've been in Japan, 15 plus years. They have family here, and they live in these international school bubbles where their day to day is work, go to the international school, pick their kid up, go home. So they're in Japan, but it's kind of a different Japan, right? Where in Kansai we don't really have that. It's much more mixing, intermingling. I mean, even the place we're at today, W Station, is built on kind of that collecting together of local people as well as foreign people here in Japan as well. So you get that, multicultural mix that is really nice. You're experiencing Japan with some other bits as well.
Yeah, you could get both sides. If you don't want to experience the Japanese culture, you have a lot of foreign presence here, but you also have the Japanese culture here right in front of your face.
Deep culture, right?
Yeah, so you have best of both worlds. But I'm curious, bro, like when you went to Tokyo, how did you feel? How did you experience it?
How about Tokyo? First time I went to Tokyo was actually for work. So all the times I've been to Tokyo has been for jobs. I have the same feelings about New York that I have about Tokyo.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm from the East Coast myself, right? And I love visiting New York. It's great. But I hit a point where I'm like, man, I want to leave. I need to leave this area, right? And to me, Tokyo, I get that similar vibe. Great to visit, but after a certain time, I'm like, all right, I gotta get on out of here.
Yeah, man, I get that same feeling. You need a lot of money out of there, man. It's like a compacted New York. Super cool to see, you feel me? But yeah, I always find myself wanting to come back to the Kansai region.
And just kind of drawing comparisons between Kansai is unique in the sense that the culture in Kansai is its own thing.
Right.
You're not going to find Kansai culture, whether it's the language. For those that don't know, in Osaka, in Kansai, the local dialect is Kansai Ben. It's a very, very unique way of speaking Japanese. It can be kind of understood as really direct, kind of funny. All the funny people in Japan, it's like almost a requirement. You have to come from Osaka or spend time in Osaka.
Yeah.
So we're both from the East Coast. I'm from Delaware, small little state, very close to Philadelphia, and you are from New Jersey, quite close to New York, right?
Right.
So for me, Tokyo can be very cold in a sense.
Okay.
But Osaka might be more in your face. It might be more direct. But that's just kind of what I grew up in on the East Coast back in America. So I really related to that when I came here to Kansai for the first time.
Yeah, no. For me, like you said, just the culture as far as the diversity, like the language is crazy, if you're yeah, like if you're studying Japanese overseas, you're probably learning the regular Japanese, but in Kansai, the Osaka band, it's
totally different,
very different. You're not gonna be able to understand. But like what Asa was saying, all the comedians come from Osaka, like the really famous ones,
It's almost like a requirement, right? It's like if you're funny, you're from Kansai, right? That's how it goes.
Like and the people as well, huge difference, like you said, like Tokyo more cold, Osaka it's got that city vibe, you feel me, but
it's a bit more gritty, right? I dig it.
People are definitely much more open to talking to you, feel me?
And the drinking culture here is amazing. I don't know if you guys are into drinking, but if you're gonna drink anywhere in Japan, Kansai is the place to do it. So that kind of sums up what what is the what we love about Osaka, right? What we love about Kansai. So
yeah,
what is our goal of Kansai Collective? We might have
yeah,
mentioned it before, but what do you think? Maybe we can get a direct understanding.
yeah. For me, what I want Kansai Collective to do is to showcase the businesses, the people, the creative side
Mm.
that Osaka has that a lot of people aren't aware of,
Mm.
because a lot of the light is shining on Tokyo,
Mm.
but man, it's just so much
Going
out
on.
here,
Yeah, of course.
Like when I had friends come out here, you know, they say they're coming for 2 weeks. Yo, you cannot experience anything with 2 weeks.
So much more than that. It's very
I'm
true.
here 5 years and I'm still experiencing tons and tons of different things,
Every
man,
time, yeah.
But so we want to bring that to the people,
Mm.
expose that to the world so that you guys, if you want to come to Japan, like Tokyo's a great option, but we need to make the Kansai area the priority.
Oh.
You feel me?
Bringing the spotlight back to Kansai, right? So I mean, you said it perfectly, right? I mean, we want to highlight the people, the places, the businesses, the things about Kansai that make it special, right? So if you're interested in Japan, I think this podcast, this channel will be for you. If you're interested in business, I think we can offer you some things as well.
Right.
We're hoping to get lots of interviews, bringing in some of these people, like we said. So we might have a nice little person just right in here we can kind of talk to and spit some ideas at. So business, Japan, culture, lifestyle, all that. We really want to showcase what it's like being here. And we have a unique perspective because we're not Japanese, right? We both have, immigrated here to Osaka and find it now part of our daily life.
Right.
So I think we have kind of a unique perspective on what it means to be here in Kansai as someone who wasn't from Kansai, but now very strongly reps Osaka and the Kansai region, right?
And that's the beautiful thing, right? We both have unique experiences, but yeah, the people that will bring on the show as well, super,
interesting people,
interesting
of course.
experiences, and they have an affection towards Japan, but a different side of it, you know what I'm saying? So you're always going to get something new. And I really believe that, you create your experiences, you know what I'm saying? And there are people that might not have good experiences in Japan. I don't want to just share my experience because I had a lovely experience.
But bring together that whole, right? You know, all sides of it. What is it like coming here, picking up your whole life, basing yourself here in Osaka, and the things you deal with, the real side of life in Japan. Japan is often, it's romanticized, right?
Facts.
So many people come here, they think, they're moving to, some anime world.
Right.
Everything's going to be hunky-dory. I'm going to Japan. I got no problems. But, Japan, it's a real place like anywhere else, and there's ups and downs with that. So by having guests on our show and interviews, we want to show you guys what some of those experiences are like. Like Zane said, not all the time is Japan going to provide you all this, wonderful experiences. It's very much can be some real life happening. But by bringing those people on, we can give you guys some more information. Maybe we can give you guys, hopefully, some ideas about where you want to be in Japan. Come to Kansai. But also push you towards that journey of coming here, even if it's just for visiting. We really hope to kind of inspire, teach you guys maybe a little bit, and just share some of life with you guys, share some experiences, right? That's kind of my plan with it.
Yeah, man. So if you guys are interested in Japanese culture, Japan, look out for Kansai Collective, man. We coming. If you guys have any questions, follow us on our social media.
All the social medias at Kansai Collective. Link and subscribe. All that good stuff. We don't have the flow down to say it this time. But we thank you guys so much, bearing with us. This is definitely going to be a learning experience. First time getting a podcast set up, working with some of the equipment the first time. So there'll be some little bumps in the road, but in time they will all smooth out. So if you're with us from day one, if you're just watching this video 2 years from now and it's your first time listening to us, man, we hope you enjoy some of the content we can bring you. Very quick, we want to talk about some of our sponsors. We're happy today to be here at the W Station, found in the Shinsaibashi, Osaka area. We thank all the guys here for letting us use their space, getting us in here, getting us an actual place to record and make some of this content to bring to you guys. We want to thank DroneX Global for sponsoring some of the activities today, allowing us the equipment to actually get set up and bring you guys the Kansai Collective. So, anything else, my good friend?
Until next time, man, stay tuned. Kansai Collective, baby. Osaka, we out here.
Coming to you from Osaka, Japan. We'll see you later, guys.